Hey there, business owners! Gather around because we've got some important news to share. Got some news for you, and it's about as much fun as a tax audit. But don't worry, we're here to help you navigate through it. Remember that whole beneficial ownership information BOI report thing? Yeah, it's back. And this time, it's more important than ever. Turns out, hiding who really owns your business isn't as cool as the government thought it might be. They want transparency and accountability. So what does this mean for you? It means you need to be prepared and informed. The government wants to know who's really calling the shots. They want to ensure that the true owners are disclosed. They want to lift the veil of corporate secrecy, and they're using this BOI report to do it. It's all about transparency. Think of it like a financial background check for your business. It's a way to ensure everything is above board. Now, before you start shredding documents and booking a one-way flight to the Cayman Islands, let's break this down. It's not as daunting as it seems. The BOI report itself isn't exactly a walk in the park, but it's not rocket science either. With the right guidance, you can get it done. We'll get to the nitty-gritty of what's required later. For now, let's focus on the basics. For now, just know that the deadline for filing is January 13th, 2025. Mark it on your calendars. That's right, folks. You've got a little over 2 weeks to get your ducks in a row. Start gathering your information now. And trust me, you don't want to miss this deadline. Missing it could lead to penalties and more headaches down the road. So let's get started and make sure you're ready. January 13th, 2025. A date that will live in infamy for those who miss it. Mark it on your calendars, circle it in red, underline it twice, tattoo it on your forehead if you must. Set an alarm that plays nothing but Barry Manilow's greatest hits on repeat, whatever it takes to remember this date. You don't want to be caught off guard, because after this date, the government is turning off the "we'll get to it eventually" sign and replacing it with a flashing neon sign that screams enforcement time. No more delays, no more excuses. Now you might be thinking, John, you beautiful, eloquent man, surely there's a grace period. A little wiggle room for us hardworking entrepreneurs, maybe a few extra days to get everything in order? And to that, I say, bless your heart. But unfortunately, the answer is no. The government has made it abundantly clear that this deadline is non-negotiable. It's set in stone, etched in granite, and written in the stars. No extensions, no excuses, no pleading your case to a jury of your peers while sobbing uncontrollably. The rules are the rules. Once January 13th rolls around, if your BOI report isn't filed, you're basically painting a giant target on your back. And trust me, you don't want that kind of attention. And let me tell you, the government has some pretty accurate aim when it comes to collecting fines. Speaking of which, make sure you're prepared, because the consequences are very real. Remember all those lovely things you could be doing with your hard-earned money, like buying a yacht, investing in solid gold toilet paper, or finally making that life-sized replica of the Iron Throne out of pennies? Well, forget about it if you miss this deadline. The government isn't messing around when it comes to BOI reporting. They've attached some hefty penalties to non-compliance, and trust me, these aren't the kind of late fees you can just ignore and hope they go away. We're talking civil penalties of up to $591 per day per violation. That's right, per day. And as if that wasn't enough to make you sweat through your Patagonia vest, the maximum penalty can reach a cool $10,000. But wait, there's more. The government, in all its infinite wisdom, has also decided that financial ruin isn't quite enough of a deterrent. So, they've thrown in the possibility of imprisonment for up to 2 years. Section 4. Congressional Chaos. Navigating the back and forth of BOI enforcement. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, my dear boy, this all seems a bit much. Surely there's a method to this madness. And to that, I say, have you met Congress? The BOI reporting requirement has been a bit of a political football lately. 1 minute it's in effect, the next minute it's on hold, then it's back again, like a yo-yo made of red tape and bureaucratic nightmares. This back and forth has left many business owners scratching their heads and wondering if they need to hire a team of lawyers just to understand the rules. And frankly, I don't blame them. The truth is, no one knows what Congress is going to do next. They're about as predictable as a toddler on a sugar rush. But here's the thing. You can't control what happens in Washington, but you can control your own destiny. Section 5. Don't wait for the hammer to fall. File now, breathe easy later. Look, I get it. Dealing with government paperwork is about as much fun as a root canal without anesthesia. But here's the thing. Filing your BOI report now is a small price to pay for peace of mind. Think of it this way. Would you rather spend a few hours gathering information and filling out forms? Or would you rather risk facing crippling fines and potential jail time? It's a no-brainer, folks. By filing your BOI report on time, you're essentially taking out an insurance policy against future headaches. You're telling the government, hey, I'm playing by the rules. Now leave me alone so I can get back to running my business. And the best part is, filing your report doesn't have to be a soul-crushing ordeal. Section 6. Help is just a phone call away. Expert assistance for stress-free filing. Listen, I know what you're thinking. You're sitting there, staring at a mountain of paperwork, feeling completely overwhelmed. John, my friend, this all sounds great, but I wouldn't know a BOI report if it hit me in the face with a subpoena. And that's perfectly understandable. You're not alone in feeling this way. The BOI reporting requirements can be confusing, even for seasoned business owners. It's a lot to take in and the stakes are high. There's a lot of information to gather, forms to fill out, and legal jargon to decipher. It can feel like you're drowning in a sea of paperwork. It's enough to make you want to give up and become a hermit who lives off the grid and communicates solely through interpretive dance. But don't worry, there's a better solution. Before you start packing your bags for a life of solitude and interpretive dance, let me tell you about a little something called professional help. It's more accessible than you think. That's right, folks, there are people out there who actually enjoy dealing with this stuff. They thrive on it and are experts in the field. People who can guide you through the process, answer your questions, and make sure your BOI report is filed correctly and on time. They take the stress out of the equation, allowing you to focus on what you do best, running your business. So don't let the paperwork get you down. Reach out for expert assistance and experience the peace of mind that comes with knowing your filing is in good hands. Section 7. Beat the clock. Beat the bureaucracy. Secure your business's future today. So there you have it. The BOI reporting requirement is back, the deadline is looming, and the consequences for non-compliance are about as pleasant as a colonoscopy performed by a rabid badger. But don't despair. By taking action now, you can avoid the stress, the fines, and the potential jail time. File your BOI report on time, get back to business, and leave the bureaucratic nightmares to us. Remember, the future of your business is in your hands. Don't let procrastination turn into a costly mistake. Take control, get your BOI report filed, and breathe easy knowing you've done everything you can to protect your business.